Welcome to my garden, the GinGeeGoodEarth show, and we're at Hannastown today, and I read a portion of A Universal History of the United States of America, and now I'm going to read a brochure on our people, and it's about first American history. To get my sunglasses. Okay. All right. So, our people, as you can see, our people, our future, a description of Native American culture, and it's going to start raining, so I do have to hurry it up here a little bit. But our people, our future, Native American Indians are people in transition between history and contemporary America. The challenge for Native Americans is to maintain a heritage, erase stereotypes, and adjust recognition in society. Native Americans are too often stereotyped by antiquated and discriminatory attitudes which misrepresent valued contributions to America's development and growth. A primary goal of this pamphlet is to briefly educate the reader about Native American Indians. United States government relations with Native American Indians began in colonial times and underwent several substantial changes over the past 2 centuries. In the late 18th century, the Continental Congress created Indian commissioners to oversee trade with Native American tribes and to improve military relations. As America grew and lands in the western part of the United States were explored and inhabited by non-Native Americans, domestic policy was transformed from one of friendship to one of force. After the Indian Wars came a period of treaty making and the development of Native American reservations, primarily in the western part of the United States. Tribal governments were broken apart in the late 19th century, only to be reestablished in the early part of the 20th century. Under the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934, the federal government developed policies to provide financial and technical assistance to tribal groups. These changes served as the basis for the role played by the U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs in the late 20th century. And again, right now we're living in the 21st century, and the date today is July 12th, 2020, the year of the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020. Today, there are over 2 million Native Americans, with about 800,000 living on reservations and 1.2 million residing in urban areas throughout America. There are approximately 300 federal Indian reservations and 500 federally recognized tribes in the U.S. An Indian reservation is an area of land reserved for Native American use. The term tribe has had numerous meanings over the years, and today is considered by many to refer to a distinct group within the Native American culture. One of the primary concerns of Native American Indians is the question, who is an Indian? Some individuals and groups misrepresent the culture, philosophy, and spiritual practices of the Native American, thus perpetuating false stereotypes, which are then promoted in the mass media. Misrepresentation of Native American Indians shows up in various ways, including the use of Indian images and or tribal names and logos on consumer products and as mascots for sports teams. This misrepresentation is highly offensive and the depiction is racist, whether intended or not. Some of the other common misconceptions and stereotypes about the Native American Indians include the following. All Native American men are not called braves or chiefs. Women are not called squaws, and children are not called papooses. The terms and names for Native Americans, such as braves, squaws, or papooses, have been perpetuated by non-Native Americans. The words used for Native American men, women, and children are different depending on the Indian language or dialect. For instance, there's over 394 nations of American Indians in the country of United States of America. Often these words are mistranslated, mispronounced, or shortened for convenience of others. Squaw or squaw as an Algonquin word meaning woman because it was practiced of the Algonquin and many other Native American societies to provide physical comfort to guests. The word squaw degenerated in meaning to include prostitute. The term brave was a construct of early American traders referring to Native American men who were well trained and prepared to defend their homeland and families. However, these men had many other responsibilities in their communities besides defense. Papoose was mistranslated from the French word. It originally referred to the cradle board used by mothers to transport their children. But the French referred to the cradle board and the child together as one object. Next, I'll go over all Native American Indians do not live or have lived in teepees. Again, the first Americans, the Native Americans of America, have modernized. Many worked as steel workers in the steel mills of Pittsburgh. And that's why knowledge is so important. We can't stereotype people. And again, color coding is wrong. It's a horrible way to name people. And you know, again, nomenclature, look that word up. It's a very good word to look up. And this is how I wrap my book, in this cloth. So the book is well wrapped, a universal history of the United States of America, and I wrap it in this little packet so that I can preserve the book. Eventually donate it to a great museum. And we have to end the day. And remember, every day, wake up with a song in your heart. And thank you for joining with me in the conversation of the GinGeeGoodEarth programs on the many books that I'll be able to read with you. And so that we could all learn together about the wonderful and also the real truth of the history of the United States of America. So I welcome you to come back again to the next video, GinGeeGoodEarth programs. And again, welcome to my garden.